Good afternoon, Brian. My name's Arnaldo. I'm a DJ over in Orlando. I'm actually driving to my event right now. I actually wanted to do a video response to one of the things that you recently talked about where you'd like to see DJ technology go, and that you feel a part of the reason why it hasn't really progressed as far as it should be compared to other industries is because, they're afraid of offending the purists. I'm willing to bet that there's not one manufacturer out there that's like, man, we really could do this product right now, but we don't want to piss off the DJ that's using 30-year-old equipment that just refuses to get anything new, so we definitely don't want to make him angry. I don't think that's it. What's stopping technology from progressing as quick as it should is lack of investment. Lack of investment comes from DJs being cheap. And let's face it, DJs for the collective bunch are real cheap. A new product comes out and they want to see, what's cheaper. Oh, we don't want to get it, it's too expensive. If the argument wasn't true, the Galaxian would not be as sold out as the Bliss is. Whoop, that ended, my phone fell. Haha. What I'm trying to say by that is the Bliss, it's a better light, in my opinion, for the star effect. If you want a bunch of, moving lasers, yeah, sure. But if you want the star effect, you get the Bliss. No, they'd rather go with the Galaxian. Why? It's cheaper, even though the effect's not going to be the same. But anyways, that argument being set aside, let's look at wireless LED uplighting. There's two that come to mind right now. Color Maker makes a fantastic system. It's battery operated. It's incredibly bright. It's so bright you could use it as flood lighting. It's really expensive. It's going to run you, I think, anywhere from $1 to $2 grand a fixture. Don't quote me on it, but it's expensive. Expensive enough that our dealer vendor told us that we could lease them if we wanted to. Omni System just came out with a system that's actually really cool. It's, it's no bigger than a Rain 56. It's in a little box. It's battery operated, wireless, and it's semi-affordable. But it's not bright. Or at least bright enough for what we'd like it to be. I mean, you look at it, it's not as bright as what, you would want a regular uplight to be. So why can't they make it as bright as the Omni System, or the Color Maker? Well, then there it goes again. Eventually, this will just become comical. Anyways, eventually, the technology will get there, but that's as the investment comes in. The only way to make, for example, the Omni System as bright as the Color Makers and as stable as the Color Makers is by raising the price up to be the Color Makers. Oh, but yeah, people are out there purchasing the Color Makers, but then the DJs are like, oh, well, that's too expensive, so I'm going to go for something cheaper. So, of course, the technology is going to stay cheap when people keep investing in cheap. Now, I guarantee you that if, let's say, you had a few thousand DJs that all bought the Color Makers at the same time, they're going to be able to invest more money into their R&D and thus be able to make their units with different materials or find a way to make it cost less than their end, which in turn means the price drops. Again, it's supply and demand, but R&D has a huge portion of it. The more money that a product gets, the more research and development can go into making it better and making it more affordable for the masses. But as long as the masses are going for cheap products, that's all they're going to go for. Not everyone's guilty of it. There's certain stuff that we've bought. For example, we use the Nova Scans versus the Martin MX1s, not only because they're cheaper, but for what we do, they're the exact same effect. But then we're never going to, I'm never going to want the Nova Scans to last as long as an MX1. If I want it to last as long as an MX1, then I go for the MX1. Point being is, DJ technology out there is progressing forward, but not on a cheap scale. And it's never going to get out there on a cheap scale as fast because the research and development, and there it goes again, is not there. So that's my video response, as well as my phone falling 3 times. This could easily become a drinking game. By the way, it's mounted on my steering wheel. I'm not holding it. That's why it's going up and down like that. But yeah, that's my video response, and I look forward to your reply.